Hey girls, or hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Raquelle Lynnette. Thank you for stopping by. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on the video if you do like this. So in my previous video, I did my everyday autumn makeup, but I did want to tweak it a little bit and just give you guys some drugstore products that are really good for acne prone skin, some new releases that I think you guys might like, and just put it in a video to let you know what's good at the drugstore right now. So if you're interested in seeing how I created this look, you're more than welcome to continue on watching, and we're just gonna go ahead and dive right in. Alright guys, so hopefully I'm in focus. Last time I used this camera, for some reason I only got it up to 460. I don't know what that's about. We're gonna try it again. Anyways, you guys, I got my pumpkin spice and all things nice. It actually is my signature drink. I have an espresso machine and I have a Keurig, guys, because I'm a coffee fiend. I do drink adequate water to, you know, balance out the caffeine and everything, but I am one of those people who has to have their coffee in the morning. So I have an entire cabinet full of coffee mugs that I have no more room, and I'm still buying more mugs. Anyways, that's another topic. We got some whipped cream in there, we got some hazelnut espresso, and we have some pumpkin spice creamer with a little bit of cinnamon. Oh, it's so good. And we're just going to dive right in. We are using everything drugstore besides primer. I just can't get down with any drugstore primer. It literally offsets all the hard work that I've done for my skincare, so I just don't use drugstore primer, and I'm sorry. I have found that works. There just hasn't been, so that is the only thing that will not be drugstore. So first things first, we are here. Hello, present. The first thing I'm going to do is take this Bliss. This is the Bright Idea Vitamin C Tripeptide Collagen Protecting and Brightening Serum. So we're supposed to massage this onto clean, dry skin morning and night, and we avoid our eye area. Next, a sister product in that Tripeptide Vitamin C line is their Vitamin C Tripeptide Collagen Protecting and Brightening Moisturizer. Now we do the same thing as we did to that, and I really like this. This one has more of, it actually smells like orange juice. Gives you a nice burst of vitamin C. Alright, so the only non-drugstore thing that we have going on, because I told you guys, I know my skin, and I've gone through this, and I don't want to fail to deliver to you guys, but unfortunately at this time there is no drugstore primer that works for my skin, that targets and helps me. And this is really a pricey primer, so I'm sorry, I really don't even have like a dupe, to be honest. Everyone says that the e.l.f., their dupe of the Tatcha is sufficient. It's not. It broke me out, and it was really patchy. So if you ever look at any of my other videos, you will see that I did try, and I did not like. My skin did not like, she did not take very well at all. Alright, so primer is set. Now we're just using a little bit of our Airspun. Airspun is literally the very first translucent powder I ever picked up. I have never been disappointed with Airspun. It is literally a holy grail, regardless if you are a quality luxury snob or not. Airspun is going to work for you. So we just dust that over. Alright, so Drugstore Foundation, I literally only rotate between a couple. Honestly, there isn't too much that I'm really interested in. You know, I don't really like to gamble with my skin, and I know that drugstore and my skin, they don't really mix, so I don't really gamble with that. But the products that I'm showing you and that I use, these have been tested and true for years to not break me out. So that is what is important. That's also why I wanted to do this, because I do want to let you guys know that there are some products that really won't break out your skin or irritate or cause any type of flare-ups. So this is the Matte and Poreless. This is by Maybelline. This is for normal to oily skin, so everyone. And I'm the shade Coconut. I'd previously been buying one shade lighter, and I was looking like bad. But this was back in the day when I used to use this. Now I know that you can go for a darker foundation, and it does still work out for the biz. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of this on the back of my hand, y'all, because we don't have a pump. And then I'm just gonna start buffing this into my skin. This is a I really like this foundation. It's medium to full, so you're definitely gonna have to use 2 coats. Build it up to 2 coats for it to be full coverage, but it can get to full coverage, and it's not a matte finish. And of course, making sure to work the product into your neck, because I have seen it happen. I used to be that person. And now I'm just building up that second layer and working it down into my neck. Alright, we are all buffed out to our second coat. And now we're gonna pick up the infamous Instant Age Rewind Eraser. I got the shade 142 Golden. This is by Maybelline. Maybelline be snapping. I don't know why my clicker won't click. What is going on? Oh, it was clicking the whole time. I just didn't hear the click for some reason. Anyways, now a lot of product is coming out. This is a really good drugstore concealer. I'm sure you've seen it. It definitely is worth the hype. I had to go out and I had to try it just to see what the hype was about, but it really is a really, really good concealer for a drugstore. Y'all, I'm doing all this. I'm so excited about my coffee that I didn't even do my brows. What? Since when? I'm never that person. I always do my brows. Always do my brows before anything. And I'm gonna put that into my lid as well, just to create the base for my eyeshadow. So this sponge is by e.l.f. Cosmetics. It is an actual tool from the drugstore. That is really worth the purchase. I think it was between $3 and $5. Very, very squishy. It reminds me of the Fenty Beauty sponge, which I really think this is like an exact dupe, just a different shape. So if you're interested in looking for a really good beauty blender, maybe outside of Real Techniques, I would say to pick up this e.l.f. one. Alright, so we're all blended out. This drugstore, these, let's just forget the primer for a bit, but the foundation and the concealer really are worth your buck. They really are. They really just are worth their buck, you know. If you don't have the coin to go out and get a Fenty or an Hourglass or a Pat McGrath concealer, you know, some people gravitate towards luxury products. Like I really like luxury makeup, primarily because it doesn't irritate my skin. Alright, and so we are going to go ahead and I'm going to mix some of my Airspun Translucent with some of my FitME by Maybelline because I just don't want a super, super bright patchy under eye, so I like to mix those two together. Alright, I've been eyeballing my coffee. I've just been eyeballing it because it looks and it smells so good. So let me take a really brief coffee break. Okay, coffee break is done. It's such a cozy afternoon. I know that I told you guys it's still super hot out here. It's super hot, but it's just a beautiful afternoon. It does get darker quicker, so I would say that is the only thing that is kind of autumnal around these parts. Other than that, it's such a bright, beautiful day, and I'm thankful for it. I love the desert. People think of Las Vegas and they think just the strip, when mostly you'd hardly see any cactuses unless someone has it in the front yard. It's mostly a mountain range. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So the palette that we're going to use today, I used this one time, and I mean, I reviewed it as well, and I just looked at it as like, hey, they have some fall colors in there that I'd be able to implement into this video. So we are digging back into the e.l.f. Retro Paradiso palette. So this is what the palette looks like. The first shade I'm going to dig into is Caliente, which is an orange. That in my crease. And I still haven't done my brows. Oh my gosh, I still haven't done my brows. What the heck? So it's pretty jam-packed orange, you know. I did like that shade. That was one of my favorite shades in this palette because it does show up vibrantly in my skin. Alright, so we laid down Caliente, and I'm just going to dig into... This is a color strike by Maybelline, and it's called Crave, and it's a matte. It's an interesting concept. It's not a palette, it's an actual eyeshadow stick. And again, this is Tin Strike, which is intense, but I want to put this in my crease to intensify my crease, maybe cut it, you know. It's just such an easy concept, so. Yeah, it's super easy to carve out your crease with this. Not mad at it at all. I'm gonna try my best to blend it. The tip is like a spongy tip, so it's like not the best for actually blending, maybe applying it, but not actually blending. So the second eye, I dipped back into the tube and it picked up the exact same amount of product. So we're just making a halo shape to carve out our crease. So I'm just gonna take a smaller, precise blending brush and see if the color strikes actually blend, or if you're actually just supposed to place them and they're supposed to be sat in place. But it's looking okay so far. It's blending a little bit. Using the Maybelline, just whatever is left on there, I'm just gonna put some of that to create a base for whatever shadow I want to put down. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick up that shade in the palette, so we're gonna double back and use Fuego, which is like a peachy shade, which just looks a little bit better. It's like a peachy shade. It's not as pigmented as I want, but it's serving its purpose. I'm trying to jam pack that in. That's why I have the translucent powder, because there is a high, you know, there was a lot of fallout with this palette, so I'm just happy I kept it underneath. So actually going back in with the color strike, because I think I actually blended it out a little bit too much. I wasn't expecting it to move. I'm just gonna go ahead and try to re-deepen up that crease a little bit. All right, so we are all blended. I'm gonna brush away my translucent powder. Oh, there's a lash in there. Ha! Now, finally, I'm gonna do my brows, and I'm a little nervous. I never do my brows this late, so I don't know how they're even gonna turn out at this point. I mean, why didn't I do them? I don't even know. So, I'm sorry, this is the Maybelline. This is their brow extensions. This is a fiber pomade crayon, and it's in the shade Black Brown. And it really, I like this. It is a fiber crayon because you don't need that much product, and it definitely builds up. Alright, so that's what we have, you guys. I'm nervous because I know that I'm gonna have to clean this up, and I just don't want darker product like smeared around. I don't know, it's just so backwards to me. I don't see how people can do this. But I'm gonna go ahead and clean my brows with my concealer. So I did it, but like, I don't like it. Could have been better, you know? So now I'm just going back in with Caliente and re-blending that out, y'all, because there's like a white cast. It just don't look right. Alright, so now I'm going to pick up that shade Paradiso, and on the inner part of my highlight, I'm going to put that, and my tear duct, I'm going to put that, because I just want a little bit of pop. Alright guys, so unfortunately, my camera died, and all I did was line my eyes. I didn't use a black liner. I wanted to do something different, more autumnal. So this is the 15 Tempt, and it's the same, it's the color strike. So, but this is really maroon, like it's really maroon, and I wanted to test it out, you guys. As you can see, like so maroon, so burgundy. And yeah, I went ahead and lined my eyes with it. I really do like how it looks. It's really cute. Just an extra little added flair or whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and contour, just use a little bit of cream contour because I wanna be very snatched. So I'm gonna pick up the FitME. This is the 65 Coffee Concealer. I haven't used this yet. I don't know how deep it is. I don't know if it is going to stay in one, I don't know if it's going to stay in one place, like the Fenty Matchstick. I don't know what I'm expecting with this concealer because I've only used the Maybelline Age Rewind concealer. I'm hoping that there will be some blend time for me. So that is what I'm hoping. And then underneath my chin, because I definitely got a double chin going on right now. We are in the process of losing weight. Quarantine weight. I was really hard on myself for a while, but now I'm like, you know, we are in unprecedented times, and you know, congratulations to you if you've kept up your gym routine. For me, I'm doing the homeschooling, and I'm blogging, and there's a bunch of other things that are going on, so it's hard to put yourself in a COVID environment. I'm kind of like weird about going to the gym as well, because like they say that it's social distancing, but like it still doesn't look safe. So, you know, the last time I went, everybody had their mask off. It's just weird. So I've been trying to stay away from it. But yeah, we're just going to carve out with this. do. It blended out really good. That was nice. Put a little bit too much on my chin. I don't know why so much came off right there. Of most places, of all places. This is a really good concealer to contour with. It gives you a little bit of time to work with it, but it's not super sheer or anything, and it's not super matte. It's the perfect contouring concealer. I really like it. I think I found a new fave. All right, so I'm all snatched with that. I really like that concealer, and y'all should already know what I'm about to go pick up. What have I been using for years? What have I been using? If you don't know, now you know. I always use the Black Radiance True Complexion Contour Palette. I use the 2 deepest shades, and I'm gonna be using, that's just what my jam. That is what my favorite contour palette, and it happens to be drugstore friendly. So there you go. If you haven't tried it, now's the time. This is your confirmation. Okay, so I'm all contoured. Now I'm gonna go ahead and pick up this Sweet Cheeks by NYX. This is in the shade Red Riot. And even though it says it's Red Riot, it is like a burgundy blush, because we love a good burgundy blush during the fall, don't we? Yes, we do. So final thing for the face, not the eyes, but I'm gonna pick up this Maybelline. This is the Master Chrome Molten Gold 100 highlighter, and this really does set itself apart from all the highlighters in the drugstore. Like, I would say this literally is the best one. Just such a good flush of color, and it's actually like a moussey type of a highlighter. It's not a pressed like matte highlighter. It's a little bit creamy, so it just works very well. This is like a dupe for a high-end highlighter, like the best one I would say you can find affordable. It comes in 2 different shades, just in case you're lighter than me or a little bit darker than me. If you're darker than me, this Molten Gold is gonna go for you. It's really gonna pop on your beautifully melanated skin. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up this Wonder Pencil by NYX, and this is just a universal nude liner. You could use it for multiple things, but I'm gonna use it in my waterline. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up this Midnight Black Lash Sensational mascara. I haven't used this actually, so I'm excited to tear it open and see what we have. This is a first impressions of their mascara. Been using Maybelline mascara for years, never have any complaints about it, you know what I mean? But this one, it looks like the curved one for Huda Beauty, so that's another reason why I was excited. We're gonna go ahead and put her on. She has a good coverage. She's really pretty. It covers full coverage, and it's not clumpy, and it doesn't give me spider-like lashes, and even some high-end mascaras do that. Not even gonna front. Okay, so mascara is on. Really good mascara, and I'm gonna go ahead and press. These are the Allure 126 lashes, and you can get these Target, Walgreens, anywhere that they sell Allure lashes. These are very drugstore friendly, and I always suggest these because they're not a flimsy lash. They're not going to come apart. They are a very sturdy lash that you can honestly use up to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times, and it'll keep its shape and not fall apart or anything. It's a really sturdy lash. So I'm gonna pop these on, and I'm gonna hop off camera for a second. All right, mates, so the whole face is done. Now we are going to move on to the lips. I'm gonna do another bold lip because it is autumn, and again, if you didn't watch my last video, the reasoning is because it's still in the high 90s and it doesn't feel like autumn out here. It feels like summer still. So I have to wear a dark lip to remind myself that it actually is autumn. The lip that we're gonna be using today is Wet n Wild's Hexcellent, and this is a maroon holiday limited edition shade. They have one more shade. Like I was saying before my camera died, I have 2 batteries. So, you know, that's how you win, guys. Having more than one battery, because inevitably if you're using a Sony camera, like, their batteries do not last as long as Canon. Just giving you guys a tip. And I like to shoot in different places around the house now because I like shooting in my room. I don't know, there's a lot of natural sunlight and it's just warm and it's comfortable. There's a different background change, so that's why I do it. But my Canon doesn't really film very well in this lighting, so that's why I use the Sony. Anyways, it always dies. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and line our lips with this, and this is very affordable. This is like $5, but it's jam-packed with color and it's super, super matte. It's not like the Fenty Beauty Underdog. This isn't a matte. So this more than likely may crack during the day if I don't put a gloss on top of it. So my final step in this makeup routine is using the e.l.f. Matte Magic and Mist set. Y'all, I brought it back. This is literally the very first setting spray I've ever used when I started out makeup, and it's like $3, and I haven't used it in years, and I just wanted to go back to my roots and see if it actually works, because I know I remember that I used to love this. Oh, and it's really an extreme hit. It's not like a mist. You know, I'm used to like a micro mist going over my face, but that one is just like, boom, we're here. So yes, I'm gonna go ahead and change and pop on some earrings, and I will be right back. All right guys, so this is the finished look. Thank you for joining me today for this drugstore tutorial. If you like affordable makeup looks or drugstore tutorials, make sure you leave me a comment down below. I really need to know, because you guys know that, you know, I love my luxury makeup, but if you really do enjoy this drugstore looks, leave me a comment down below, so I'll be sure to incorporate more into my channel, because I do have the drugstore stuff. I have I'm on a few PR lists for drugstore, but if that's not what you guys want to see, that's not what I'm going to deliver. But if that's what you want to see, that's what I will deliver. So let's get the conversation started in the comments. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you're here at the very end. Stick around, watch a few more videos, and I'll see you guys here soon in my next video. Bye!